Switch topics back to one of my more common topics. It's going to be on the topic of health and wellness. And I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be a book review of a book that I got a couple weeks ago. I've read the book, I understand the book, and that book is Jack LaLanne's Revitalize Your Life, where Jack LaLanne shares a good number of very easy to do exercises and also the philosophy behind his rejuvenation program that did keep him very healthy until he died. And the thing is, what people need to understand, the good thing about Jack LaLanne was a bodybuilder. He was a bodybuilder long before bodybuilding became popular in the United States. But he also made use of a lot of calisthenics. There's a lot of objects around the home that you can use. But I actually obviously prefer to use weights. But what you need to understand is Jack LaLanne puts health and fitness into the hands of everyday people in your home. Now I'm going to leave a link to his website where you can buy the products like the DVDs, books, what have you. But what people need, and also the nutritional advice he gives is very imperative. Now, Jack LaLanne was not a vegetarian. A lot of people presume he was a vegetarian, but he was a huge believer in the power of vegetables and fruits and things of that nature. Now, he does mention vegetarianism. He was inspired by a guy named Paul Bragg, the apple cider guy, or apple cider vinegar guy. But Paul Bragg, of course, was a vegetarian, but LaLanne was never a vegetarian. I think he did try vegetarian. He mentions that he was a strict vegetarian when he got himself healthy. He was out of shape, weak, and pathetic because he was eating nothing but pies and things of that nature when he was younger. So he revitalized himself by studying things like kinesiology, studying things like myology, and then implementing that to build an exercise program for himself, which revitalized his life and kept him very healthy throughout his life. In the book, he also mentions sprouting. He mentions some of the foods he eats. He mentions the importance of antioxidants, and most interesting, I think many people will find this interesting, his use of supplementation, including his use of desiccated liver and desiccated liver and yeast, brewer's yeast. When he swam the length of the Golden Gate Bridge, I believe he did it underwater, I'm not sure. But the thing is, Jack LaLanne was not just a musclehead. He was an entrepreneur. He created a series of gyms, and also he was a superhuman. I mean, the things that he did were superhuman feats to prove that he was healthy, to prove that what he was saying worked. And he was right. He was also into juicing. Juicing's mentioned in the book, not to any extensive length. I don't recommend juicing. I recommend using a blender and making smoothies because you want the fiber and you don't want to throw out the extra antioxidants, although he didn't throw anything out. There's a carrot cake recipe in the book that uses the pulp from the juiced carrots. It's a very excellent book. I highly recommend it. I also recommend people go to his website and look through the various pamphlets. I also got a pack of pamphlets. I'll probably review them. But there's a lot of pamphlets, very affordable pamphlets. Some of them are under $3. And these all contain various exercises that you can do to make yourself healthier. I also recommend that people, obviously I'm going to leave a link to Walter Veith's videos on diet, but LaLanne covers everything. Now Veith is a vegan, but LaLanne is not a vegan, he's not a vegetarian. If you follow his advice, you will get healthier most likely. Now remember, I'm not a doctor, although LaLanne was a chiropractor. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a physician, I'm not a medical professional. I can't give health advice, but I would highly recommend this book to people that want to live longer, healthier lives.